Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the affiliate game where political socialization happens for life. I'm your host, Max History. Today in the back we have voter Average Joe, who will ask these hopefuls a series of questions. Today we hope to find the party of his dreams. Contestant number 1 enjoys making progress on issues like job creation, equal pay, education, healthcare, and clean energy. She believes that this country succeeds when everybody gets a fair shot and does their fair share and plays by the same rules. She's contestant number 1. Contestant number 2 enjoys small government, strong borders, prepared military, honoring the Constitution, and energy independence. She's contestant number 2. Contestant number 3 enjoys challenging the cult of the omnipotent state and defending the rights of the individual. Here's contestant number 3. Average Joe, please ask your first question.
Let's start out with something light. What's your favorite color?
Red, like the blood of our founding fathers.
How supported or secure would you say you feel in your campaign?
I would say I feel very secure and supported. As usual, I got on all 50 state ballots this year through the money my campaign got from fundraising.
Same. I feel very secure and supported. I also got on the ballot of all 50 states.
Unlike those two, I was only able to get onto 46 of the ballots due to a lack of capital to pay the registration fees. Ross Perot of the Reform Party was the only candidate able to afford the registration fees for all 50 states because he's a multimillionaire. But I'm an average, freedom-loving American, like my constituents.
Oh, that's too bad. Party support is really important to me. It'd be hard to commit to a party if they can't even get on the ballots. Did you at least qualify to match federal funding?
No. The requirements are extremely difficult to meet. It requires me to raise at least $5,000 in 20 states acquired from donations of no more than $250 each, which is practically impossible.
Why is it so hard?
I can't even debate with the other candidates. The last time a third-party candidate was on the debate stage was in 1992, when Ross Perot debated with Clinton and Bush Jr. And that'll never happen again because Perot's numbers more than doubled, and neither the elephant nor the donkey over here would want to give another candidate the ability to gain support. The registration fees, the campaign finance laws, the debate procedures are just some of the examples of Americans being stripped of their rights to choose their ideal candidate. And isn't that the whole point of democracy?
None of this would be a problem if ballot access registration fees were removed, campaign finance laws were reformed, and third parties were allowed to debate in the general election.
You know, this brings me to my next question. My mother once told me that you want a girl that gets along with other girls. You know, no drama. I feel like the same thing applies to politics. How well do you work with others?
Well, I think I work great with others, especially when they agree with me. It's impossible to work with those Republicans, though. They never compromise on anything.
It's the same for me. I think that getting along with colleagues that share my ideology is very important. I try to get along with those Democrats, but they just never give me the time of day.
Okay, now I'm thinking about some more specific issues. I'm very concerned about taxes. How much will come out of my paycheck under your leadership?
To put it simply, taxes are theft, and
Taxes are theft, and I believe that leaving money in the hands of those who know how to spend it best, the earners, improves the economy.
the complete opposite. We need taxes to create a more prosperous society and to help lift and support those that
But
need
that's
it.
clearly unprincipled. Shouldn't the money go
It's just
to...
immoral to leave those
Settle down. That's enough of this question, Joe.
I can see why you two don't get along with each other that well. What are your stances on regulations?
regulations to keep the environment clean and our people safe.
But by doing that, you're violating free market principles and inhibiting business.
See? These Republicans always think about money and never the health.
Without regulations, our economy would flourish, and we would be able to utilize our resources to their
At the
full
expense
potential.
of...
Please, ladies, is there anything you do agree on? Surely both of you have valid arguments. Why not work together and find the most effective solutions for all the nation's problems?
Well, I'm certain that my constituency wouldn't support that. If I don't support my party, then my voter base won't show up.
Agreed.
To me, it seems like you guys are ignoring a huge portion of the voters. Independents make up nearly 43% of all voters, but with polarized rhetoric like yours, it seems like you two are so extreme that nothing could get done in the government. As elected officials, you should be representing the American people and getting things done.
But how else are we supposed to get into power? Without the party support, it's nearly impossible, especially with gerrymandering and superdelegates. They have so much influence. With closed primaries, there's no point of even appealing to the independents. They can't vote.
Closed primaries lead to limited representation and foster extremism, leading to gridlock and polarization. Not only are we leaving out independence, but we aren't following the wants of the American people, just so that you can get reelected.
Well, we have no choice. Closed primaries and gerrymandering are forcing candidates to be uncompromising in order to get every vote possible. Who cares what the American people want? Progress and compromise will never happen, especially if we can't get elected.
The very core of our democracy is threatened by this problem. The interest of the people isn't even being represented, only the interests of political parties and special interests.
But how are we supposed to fix this problem?
The very core of our democracy relies on participation and representation, and the way parties control the electoral process is hurting our cherished democracy. What if we didn't allow political parties to be so involved in choosing candidates, and instead put all the power back in the hands of the people? What if, instead of letting political parties choose who gets to participate in primaries, resulting in extreme candidates, we let voters participate in all primaries, something like a blanket party system, where the two candidates from whatever party, Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Green Party, with the most votes get to move on. That way, candidates will have to appeal to the greater population. Polls suggest that 68% of all voters believe that Congress needs to compromise. But the beliefs of this moderate majority currently isn't being represented. Through things like a blanket primary, this would be resolved.
What a great idea.
With these more open primaries and the previous solutions to campaign financing and fundraising, I think we'll be able to mitigate the harmful side effects caused by political parties.
Riveting stuff. So, Average Joe, who do you choose?
Well, golly gee, Max, they all have such sparkling personalities, but, you know, I choose...
Breaking news. John Rashford and Stephen Burr, known as the Teachers, just won the Amazing Race. Now they're being congratulated by the President and are boarding Air Force One for their flight home. Back to you, Steve.